And now it's time for the ridiculous.
What kinds of things make people piss?
And how many suitors exactly has she dismissed?
Siri, what are some locations for a lover's tryst?
Oh, darling, surely there must be a list.
A list?
A list?
A list?
A list?
You're telling me it's all here on this bleeding list? That's preposterous and ludicrous.
Well, actually, it's all quite
Ridiculous, ridiculous, ridiculous.
Welcome to The Ridiculous. I'm Sally Brooks.
And I'm Jen O'Neill, and we're back with some new fun lists for you this week.
Welcome back, folks.
Welcome back.
It's officially, I think, your favorite time of year.
It
It's
is my
Halloween
favorite
season.
Yes.
Jen's a very spooky gal. She's dressed in a witch costume right now. If you're not watching on video, she definitely is. She starts October 1.
That's my regular clothes. I just always look like a witch.
But now she has like the hat on. That's like special.
Yeah. I've already decorated my house inside and out. It's not.
Have you?
Oh, it is October 1st, but I did it yesterday.
Yeah.
So it's fine. We're officially October, but I did it. And I don't regret it.
I mean,
I'll decorate in September. I don't give a fuck.
You don't. You will break all the rules. You don't even care. You're drinking pumpkin spice in like August.
I own my house. I can do whatever I want to it.
I'll put up cobwebs in July. I don't give a shit.
I know people love to hate on the people that love pumpkin spice. It's like, oh, it's such a basic bitch thing to do. Who gives a shit? If you like pumpkin, eat it. And people like it because it's good. And you know what?
It's delicious.
I bought pumpkin spice Nespresso pods for my Nespresso machine.
And
they're okay. They're okay. I don't apologize for it.
Yeah.
And I'm buying pumpkin stuff at Trader Joe's. I don't care. I don't care. I'll be a basic bitch all day.
Do it.
I know.
My friend Andy Woodhull, who I think you know as well as a comic, has a web series called The Snack Show. And he's like a person who is unapologetic, loves pumpkin season. He has always been the guy who's like, oh my God, I can't wait till pumpkin beer comes out. But he did an episode where he tries every single pumpkin spice thing that he could find. And like rates them all. So if you really want to know what's good, what's bad, you should watch that episode. It's called The Snack Show.
I will. Do you remember what he said was the best thing?
I don't remember.
That's a great
You gotta watch it.
Sally.
You gotta watch it to find out.
Commercial, and I'm going to.
I'm actually traditionally I'm not a Halloween person. Like I'm not anti. I just have never I was into it as a kid, and then I haven't really been into it as an adult. But now that Max is so excited about it, and our neighborhood is goes all out for Halloween, I'm really getting into it. We now, Jen, have 2 blow-ups. We have 2 Halloween blow-ups. I just bought 8 pumpkins for our front steps.
Look at you.
We're doing it. I know.
You're wearing a fall color right now.
I'm all falled out. I'm wearing a pumpkin shirt.
Yeah. I'm so proud of you. We evolve as people. We change.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks like you're changing in the right direction. And I couldn't be prouder.
Thanks. This is all your influence.
Thanks for coming over.
You're welcome.
I mean, I get why people like Christmas. Sure. It's Christmas fun and you get stuff and it's snuggly and yeah, sure.
Yeah.
But I mean, Halloween is definitely the most fun season, I think.
And I think that Halloween also isn't Christmas and Christmas season and the holiday season is stressful. For me, I feel for most people, I think there is a lot that comes along with it with families and gifts and all of the things. And there is just nothing like that with Halloween. It's just fun. There's just oh, you get to go do fun fall things. I was oh, we should go to the pumpkin patch. Oh, we should go, great. We're going to a fall festival today. So yeah, I'm for it. I'm on board now, Jen.
Good.
You've converted me.
Good. I'm proud of you.
All right. Well, let's get to our list.
All right, let's do it.
All right. I'm first this week, and kind of in the spirit of Halloween and like the gross out kind of Halloween aspect. I have brought you a choose your own adventure between two truly gross lists. So I think this is really going to have to be, what are you comfortable with? And I also, this is like a warning to our listeners, because I personally, I can take some gross out humor, but this, I don't know. I actually don't know what your threshold is on this, Jen.
I'm going to take the one with the least amount of vomit.
Okay, there's no vomit. Oh,
Okay.
no vomit.
Okay.
So,
which one has the least amount of touching eyeballs?
I don't think either has any touching eyeballs.
Which one has anything to do with teeth?
Oh, one might have a tooth in it. Okay.
Okay.
Give
me my option.
I'm going to give you your options.
Okay.
Okay. One is the 20 grossest things ever found in food. And then the other one is 15 poop horror stories that will make you feel better about yourself.
I'm going to go food.
Go food. Okay.
Humor. I'm not a big poop humor person.
I know.
Let's go
See,
food.
that's what I mean. Like,
Okay.
I would gravitate to the poop, but like, I totally understand that is not.
I did not grow up in a fart house.
Yeah.
Like,
I grew up in a fart
we
house.
joked about everything, but like, for some reason, I just don't. Farts have just never really been. Farts and poop just don't do it for me, you know?
No.
I don't know. Just not my thing.
I mean, I guess fine. I don't get it, but fine.
Just
okay.
More mature than you, I guess.
I was gonna say, I don't know if that makes you feel like you're better than me, but all right.
It does a little, for sure.
If anybody wants this other list, let me know. It's real funny. Okay.
Okay.
I knew I had to have an alternative because I was like, this is not going to be for everybody.
I like this. I like this choose your own adventure. I like being given choices. Yes.
Oh, I'll always give you a choice, Jen. Okay. So this is from the website called restaurantclicks.com. It is by Erin Elizabeth, and it is the 20 most disgusting things found in food.
This is great for me right now because I'm trying to diet, and
that's what I was going to say.
Eating for the rest of the day,
and this will do it. This will do it. The first one is from Waffle House, and it says their breakfast came with a hash brown that had a cockroach cooked into it, which they discovered only after biting into it.
Oh God, that's awful. I bet they really did it up with the scattered, smothered, covered, and like didn't see. I don't know why you didn't
chunked
see
and crunched.
Yeah, chunked and oh, gross.
Have you ever found anything gross in your food?
I mean, probably. I would say hair is probably the grossest thing I found in my food. Yeah.
I think I think the grossest thing, I had this memory as Ben sent me this list. He was like, I don't know if it's too disgusting, but I had a memory of one time we went to Meijer, which is like a grocery store in Ohio, and got like a big thing of cauliflower. My mom unwrapped it. There was a dead mouse in it.
Oh,
yeah. So she had like cut into the head of cauliflower and was like, "Oh my God!" Like it had just gotten in when the wrapping.
That's awful.
Jenna, do you feel like I need a different list?
No, I love this. I love
okay,
it.
good.
I will say, I do remember now the grossest thing that I ever ate. I think. Well, I remember two things. One was I was drinking a beer. This was in college. And then I took a sip and I realized that my friend Scott had put his cigarette out in my beer. And so I drank his like disgusting cigarette. Fucking Scott. And then the other thing, I remember my dad took me like with him to the grocery store or something on a walk or whatever. Usually my mom was the hands-on parent. So I really just did things with my dad. And then like I remember I like seeing something in the aisle and being like, "Can I have this?" And he was like, "All right," and just let me have it. And then I ate it all the way home. And when I got home, my mom was like, Tom, that's fucking cat food. Like it was like a Garfield on the package.
Oh,
And
my
I was
God,
like,
Jen!
I was like, I like cartoons. Can I have this? And my dad just let me sit there and eat cat food, like cat treats or whatever, the whole way home. I was like a little girl, but my mom was like, "What the hell?"
Oh my God.
Let her daughter eat cat food. Another time, he took me to the liquor store with him, and I was like, "Can I have this?" And it was like chocolate, like little chocolate liquor bottles, but inside the liquor bottles was liquor. And I didn't know that. And so then he was like, yeah, he like, let me have it. And then I like bit one and I was like, this is disgusting. Like I didn't know, but my dad was just so like, whatever.
Were you wasted? Like little wasted Jen?
No, I mean, I just like, as soon as I bit into it, I was like, oh, what is this? There's like liquid in it. And the liquid was so disgusting. But yeah.
I love that he was like, sure, I'm sure it doesn't have any liquor in it at the liquor store.
Why would they sell chocolate at the liquor store? I don't know. But yeah.
Oh, God, that's amazing. I did that one time because my mom used to smoke. And one time when I was a little kid, like ran over, she had a Coke can. And I like ran over and took a big swig of her Coke can. And she had been using it as an ashtray.
Oh.
And I remember being like immediately like, ah! And like running, like just running, like trying to get it out of my mouth, and everybody just laughing, like, oh, your fault.
Did it turn you off to Coke for a long time?
No, I'm sure not. I don't know.
Okay.
We didn't really ever have like, I don't really remember ever drinking soda that much, but I'm sure we did. I don't know.
Yeah. Ugh,
I'm sure we did. Oh, okay. All right. So the next one is a condom in a Big Mac. So William Smith of Easton, Pennsylvania bought 2 Big Macs at a McDonald's drive-thru. He ate the first sandwich, but then he found a condom in the second.
Was it like in the package or was it?
He detected a strange taste. He checked the sandwich, saw a condom, and approached the manager. He said the manager observed the condom, which had deteriorated on the sandwich when it was microwaved. I'm guessing it was not
in the package.
Not in the package. So the manager asked the workers who had put the condom on the sandwich. The guys all giggled and laughed, but denied putting the condom on the sandwich. She gave him 2 coupons for free hamburgers, and then he left the restaurant. And then he actually sued, but then the lawsuit was dismissed because there was no proof. So,
oh my God. Oh, yeah. Gross.
Next one is a dead frog in a can of Pepsi.
Ew. How did it get in there?
Well, okay. So this happened in Florida. So this man named Fred DeGenry found the remains of an animal in his Pepsi can. The FDA came and tested it. So this is like verified and later claimed it was a dead frog. Pepsi said it couldn't be responsible because basically like the way that it's packaged, like it must have like hopped in there when the can is like open.
Oh my God, what a stupid frog.
What a stupid frog.
Oh man. Oh, I do feel bad for the frog though. That had to have been torturous.
Yeah.
But also delicious? I don't know.
Suppose.
Oh, gross.
Okay, in 2009, Stephen Force, who was in England, he found a dead mouse cooked into his loaf of bread while he was making sandwiches for his children.
Oh.
The company was fined for failing to maintain British health standards.
Oh my God, that's so disgusting.
Are you enjoying this? Is everybody enjoying this? Okay.
I mean, I'm enjoying it, but I'm also grossed out for sure.
Okay. This next one is like what Halloween nightmares are made of. Although, like, I think those, like, the rumors of razor blades in candy, like, there's never actually been substantiated. That's just like.
Right. It's always been like the few times that did happen or things like that happened, it was the parent that did it. It was an inside
that put
job.
it in then to be like an inside job.
Yeah.
To be like, look what happened. Nobody should be eating candy. Okay, so this happened to Stephanie Granger of East Texas. She was eating a carton of Great I don't know if she was eating the whole carton, but that's what it says, of Great Value brand ice cream. And as she had a few bites, she cut her lip on part of a broken razor blade that was in the ice cream.
Ooh.
So that is
God.
Walmart brand, if everybody wants to know. And they apologized. So
I'm glad they apologized.
yeah.
And they're sorry.
And they're sorry. They're so sorry. It can happen to
God.
anyone. I mean, it is like disgusting and awful, but when you think about like how when you like look at like food plants or how food is like processed, especially like high, big volume food or even small volume food, it's like you can kind of see how it happens, right?
Yeah.
It can't be, human error. Okay, so this is like I feel like there's so many hoaxes about like body parts being found in food, and they're usually just like a hoax, but apparently it has happened. It has happened. So this one is a severed finger in frozen custard.
Oh, gross.
Happy Halloween, Jen.
That's definitely a Halloween one.
Yeah. So Clarence Stowers put part of a severed finger in his mouth while he was eating frozen custard.
God. Ugh. Yeah.
And he later found out that one of the workers at Cole's Frozen Custard, where he bought the pint, had earlier had part of his finger cut off in an accident with a food processor. But they apparently didn't think like, oh, we should find the part of his finger.
Oh my God. Yes. You should like shut the whole place down until you find the finger. That's
And
insane.
Get rid of everything that he was working
That he
around. That is
touched.
so
Yes.
crazy to me.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Okay. I want to see if there's anything more to that story. Here's his quote. He said, "I thought it was candy because they put candy in your ice cream to make it a treat." He said he spit it out and I said, "God, this ain't no nut."
Oh my God.
He said, "I came here in the kitchen and rinsed it off with water and I realized it was a human's finger and I just started screaming."
Oh my God. Like, how do you ever recover from that? Oh my God.
Yeah. And this next one, Jen, I'm going to give you a warning, has
Eyeballs?
to do with a
Teeth?
tooth.
Okay.
Do you want to hear it or no?
Yes.
Okay.
Did something happen to somebody's tooth, or was a tooth found in that's
a tooth found in something? Yeah.
Okay, I can handle that. Okay.
Okay. So on New Year's Day in 2010, Sue Callahan picked up a Milky Way candy bar, and when she bit down on something hard, she thought it was a peanut until she realized it was someone's tooth.
Ugh.
To make up for the inconvenience, this actually has to do with a list that you did in an earlier episode. Mars gave her coupons for free candy for life.
Well, okay. That's nice, Mars.
Yeah, Mars, you know what, though?
She just had to eat a human tooth to get it. My dog just recently ate my daughter's tooth. And I was just like, oh my God, like, what do I do about this? And I was just like, I'm going to do nothing.
Yeah.
The tooth fairy's going to come anyway. And the tooth will end up where it ends up. I have no idea. But I was
it was a baby tooth, right? So
yeah,
those things are so tiny. They're so
Yeah.
tiny.
It happened because my daughter lost her tooth and she put it in a plastic bag, and I told her to go put it under her pillow, but she left it in the living room, and then we left to go do something. When we came back, the bag was torn up and the tooth was gone. And so we're like, she had to have eaten it. So
Ruthie.
I know, that dog.
The next one, somebody found a serrated knife in a sandwich bread. Apparently, a man named Joe Anganisi bit into a Subway sandwich and he discovered there was a stainless steel knife baked into the bread.
Oh my God.
He sued Subway restaurants for $1 million but settled for $20,000.
Wow.
I mean, that seems worth it.
Something. Yeah. I mean, I just can't. I know mistakes happen, but like, how do huge mistakes like that happen?
Yeah, like I think mistakes like a bug in your or hair in your food, like a frog jumping into a can. Like, I mean, not that's would be disgusting, but also it's like sometimes like things like that you can't help.
Explainable, but like, how do you get an entire serrated knife in a loaf of bread?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's some stone teenager who was just like, I don't fucking know what happened to the knife. It
Yeah.
disappeared. Or maybe he was like trying to break someone out of jail, like, and then he happened
Oh,
that
maybe
got the
that
wrong
bread
loaf.
was meant for somebody else.
I
Yeah,
think the bread was meant for somebody else. I think he
that
was
makes sense.
gonna do someone a favor. You know what I mean?
You ate my Andy Dufresne bread.
Okay, so this next one, apparently in like 2000, McDonald's was test marking something called Mighty Wings, which was going to be like chicken wings as opposed to chicken nuggets. And they were in
That
Happy
already sounds
Meals.
gross.
Already sounds disgusting because it's not going to be like an actual chicken wing. It's going to be
It's like in
compressed.
the shape of a chicken wing. Yeah,
Yes. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So a woman ordered them Happy Meals for 2 children. And like, of course, I don't know if you do, but I do, like Max doesn't eat something and I'm like, oh, just eat whatever he doesn't eat. And so she's like about to eat one of her 6-year-olds and her 8-year-old, as she's taking a bite, her 8-year-old's like, don't eat that. That looks like a chicken head. And apparently it was a fried chicken head.
I think I heard about this before. Ugh, gross.
Yes, it had been battered and fried with the wings. And apparently she was like not able to sue because like what the best basically the way you can sue is if there's like a foreign object in your
But
food.
it is chicken, so
It is chicken.
Wow.
So
That's
she
wild.
wasn't able to chew, but like, or she wasn't able to sue. But yeah, I mean, there's like pictures of it and everything. So yum, yum, yum. Okay, I'll do, there's so many of these, but I'll do a couple more. This one, everybody loves Costco hot dogs for some reason.
Yeah,
they're huge.
I'm not me, but everybody else loves
I don't.
them.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
people go crazy for for Costco food that I don't quite get, but great. Costco gives me like the biggest anxiety. We like went and got a membership there because we were like, okay, like we live somewhere that's like close to Costco now. We have a kid, we have a house, like we can go to Costco. And we got a membership, went once. It was so overwhelming that I was like, I cannot go back there. I refuse to go back there ever again. And so we went like, I think twice to get like prescriptions, like get our eyes checked because they have really cheap optometrist. And then that was it. And we had that for like 2 years. I hate it.
We used to love Mike and I. Mike Albanese, my co-producer for Red Clay. That was our favorite time of the year. Was buying for the green rooms.
Yeah.
For the festival, and we would make a whole day of going to Costco and just buying like ridiculous snacks that we knew other people would enjoy. We really loved it. That was the only time I go to Costco is just to buy snacks for the green room. But it's a fun. I don't know. Like maybe we went on like a weekday where it was like dead.
I think,
but I wouldn't go on a weekend. I think going on a weekend is where, like Trader Joe's, love Trader Joe's. Would I ever go on a weekend? Absolutely not. I would only go on weekday mornings before the lunch rush.
I think that was my problem. We went on a Saturday. I think also having a small child with us, I couldn't do it.
Also, I tell you what, I think the same people that live for buffets are the same people that live for Costco and buying in bulk. And you got to watch out for those people because they're aggressive and they're dangerous.
Yes, it's so aggressive. It felt so overwhelming, Jen. It felt so overwhelming. And I also realized, I was like, we are a family of 3. We live in a tiny house. Like we don't even have a full-size fridge. We have no room for Costco shit. Like we don't we don't even have room for like toilet paper in bulk. Like we have no room for that. We need to buy things in 1s and 2s. Like that's it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. When Olivia Chains bit down on something hard while eating a Costco hot dog, can you guess what it was? She thought it was part of her braces, but instead she pulled, can you guess what it was?
A fingernail or a tooth?
Oh no, it was a 9mm bullet.
Oh my God.
In her hot dog.
That's the most American shit I've ever fucking heard. A bullet in a hot dog at Costco.
A bullet in her hot dog. And then she experienced some abdominal pain, and it was discovered that she had actually already swallowed one as well.
Oh my God. That's horrible.
And Costco was like, I think it was the hot dog brand, which was like Hebrew National. And they were like, well, I don't know how Live Rounds got in her hot dog.
That is wild and
That's
disgusting.
wild. Yes. Okay, so this is the last one, and this is, I think, very spooky Halloweeny. Okay, so a woman in North Carolina she had bought grapes, and she saw all these like fuzzy fibers all over her grapes, and so she investigated, and then she found inside the bundle of grapes a black widow spider inside.
Oh my God.
Just to give you a little bit of like even more of a jump scare, the headline is a woman found a black widow spider in her bag of grapes, but it's more common than you think. Dun dun dun.
Oh my God. I won't be eating grapes anytime soon.
Right?
Yeah.
Can I give you one from the poop list that doesn't have anything to do
All
with
right.
poop?
I'll take one poop list.
It's not
No
about poop
poop?
though. There's no poop
Okay.
involved. Just a toilet. Okay, so this
Okay.
one, and this kind of like it kind of goes in with the last list. Okay, so this person said at the tender age of 5, I considered myself king of the potty. I'd learned and mastered the seemingly insurmountable task. At the time, my family lived in Boca Raton, Florida, where our home backed up to the Everglades. While my parents had guests over, I excused myself and went to the bathroom. I got myself situated and was preparing myself when out of nowhere, a frog came up out of the toilet pipe and hit my butt. I screamed and sprinted out of the bathroom, pants and underwears at my ankles. The humiliation is something I came to terms with pretty quickly, but I've been a hoverer ever since. No place is safe.
I thought you were gonna say like an alligator came up, like because wasn't that like a huge rumor growing up? Was that alligators are gonna come out of the toilet and bite you?
I think it was, and
like,
I think it was like especially like there was a story that it happened in New York City. I remember.
Oh my God.
We were safe in Ohio from alligators in our toilets, but I do remember hearing that one time somebody had a pet alligator and it got into the sewers of New York City, and so you had.
It was like from the Ninja Turtles.
Yes.
Whatever alligator that was. Oh my God. Yeah, I would sooner believe that a Ninja Turtle was going to come up. Or a ghoulie. Remember ghoulies?
No.
Oh, it's a horror movie about like those little goblin creatures that come out of a toilet. When I was at Dragon Con, one of the best costumes I saw was this girl, and she was a ghoulie inside this giant toilet. And it was so awesome. And I had a few drinks, but I remember like talking to her and talking to her husband and being like, your wife is so fucking cool. This is the coolest thing. I hope you know how cool your fucking wife is. I was like, look at her. Because you could tell under the green goblin makeup, like her face was beautiful. And I'm like, your beautiful wife just dressed up like a goblin in a toilet. That's so cool.
And he was just like,
okay. I know, I'm very lucky. I'm a very lucky man. I was like, don't forget that. How fucking, and I'm like, oh God. But it was like the coolest. Yeah.
Yeah.
If anybody else that was at Dragon Con and saw that costume, like, and you know her, tell her I'm sorry for being so obnoxious, but I just think she's pretty awesome.
She's so cool.
I know. Anyways, I digress. Okay, so my list this week, thank you for getting us into the Halloween spirit.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. And I'm going to also bring us home with some more I guess this is a Halloween episode. Just call it what it is.
Spooky Halloween.
A spooky Halloween episode. But my list this week comes from an article for BuzzFeed compiled by Sarah Burton and Nora Whelan. And it's 11 Halloween stories of people getting so embarrassed it hurts. So these are embarrassing Halloween stories.
Love it.
Okay. This first one, written by Kendra Langworthy on Facebook, said, I dressed up as Dolly Parton when I was in the 4th grade.
Oh my God.
I know.
I love that so much.
I stuffed a bunch of my dad's socks into my mom's bra to create the boobs I didn't have yet.
Yes.
The costume was awesome, all caps, until I was sitting in class and started smelling something gross. Turns out one of our cats had gotten into my dad's sock drawer and peed on at least one of the socks I was using.
No.
I took the sock out and even cleaned my chest up, but I was still so embarrassed. Damn cats. This is why I'm not a cat person.
Ugh.
They pee on random shit. You
Ugh.
can't get that smell out.
That smell is disgusting.
Okay, this one is by Amy Laurel for Facebook. Said, when I was 15, I went out with a group of friends to a Halloween party. There was this guy I kind of liked, but being a teenager, I was embarrassed to admit it. He had dressed as the Crow with white makeup all over his face. Remember the Crow?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, it was so cool. I was something generic that didn't involve makeup. We flirted and wound in making up on the back seat on the way to the party. When we got there, people kept looking at me, asking what I was supposed to be, kind of confused. I didn't get it until I went into the bathroom and saw in the mirror that all around my mouth and chin were completely white. I went and found the guy and saw that he had awesome face paint, except for this big circle around his mouth that was totally bare. There was no way anyone who saw the two of us together didn't get exactly how that happened. That was pretty embarrassing.
Oh, that's amazing.
Funny. I don't think that's that embarrassing. I think you could laugh at that. This person, Chloe Kent, said, I was lucky enough to get my first ever period on Halloween. Oh. God. 12-year-old me was quite surprised when blood started running down the leg of her homemade unicorn costume. On the bright side, all of the chocolate came in handy over the next couple of days.
Oh, man.
Oh, poor girl. I remember, oh, man, this is an embarrassing story. But I remember when I was moving to New York, I was right as I was about to move to New York, and I had like a dance recital that day. And that's when I first got my period, first ever.
Yeah.
And I was just laying in like pajamas, and I felt terrible, and I was embarrassed, and I didn't like know what to do. And I knew I had like to wear my dance costumes and whatever. And my mom was like, we're going to your friend Melissa's house to go swimming. I was like, I really don't want to go swimming today, Mom. Like, I really don't want to go. And she was like, come on, we're going to Melissa's. Like, get your bathing suit on and let's go. And I was like, I didn't know what to do, because I was like, back then you don't know, like, period pads or whatever. And like, I was embarrassed, and I was just like, all right, I'll go to Melissa's house, but like, I'll explain to Melissa that I don't want to swim and she'll get it, whatever. Melissa was my best friend, and Melissa Baravecchio. And so I went over there, and when I got there, the entire 7th grade, like, it was right before I moved into the 8th grade, the entire 7th grade was in Melissa's backyard. It was my going away party.
No, Jen!
Pool party! And my going away party, pool party.
Oh, and my heart hurts for little Jen. Oh, no. And all you're worried about is like, I have my period and everybody's going to know, and I can't swim. And what if I swim and there's blood? And
I didn't want to tell my mom because I was so embarrassed about like everything. And so like, I remember telling Melissa's mom. For some reason, like, I felt more comfortable telling Melissa's mom what was going on. And she kind of just like, was like, it's fine. Just like I think I wore like my bathing suit with some like jean shorts, and then just walked around the party and like didn't go swimming or whatever. And but I couldn't believe, of all of the days, it was the day that I got my first period.
Oh my God. Yeah, I was gonna say, it's very fishy that your mom was like forcing you to go.
I know. I was like, why do you care so much? But she was best friends with Melissa's mom.
Right. So. She obviously knew. She was like, it was her job to get you to the party, right?
Right. Yeah. So I just thought they just really wanted to like, have coffee and talk. So, but that was
my. Oh my God. That's amazing. I feel like every woman who has gotten her period has a story about a time like when you first get it, and then the horror of going to the pool for the first time. I remember same thing, like 7th grade, these like cool girls had for the first time invited me to go to the pool with them. So it must have been between 7th and 8th grade. So they had like invited me to go to the pool, and I didn't really know very many people because I was like coming from like a different school system into this new school. And so it was like, just like a big deal. And I had gotten, maybe it was like my second time I'd ever gotten my period, and I didn't know how to use a tampon. And I was like, what do I do? I can't tell them, and I have to go to the pool because if not, I'm going to have no friends. And, and so it took me like all day. And I remember my mom just like I wouldn't let her come into the bathroom, but she was like coaching me how to use a tampon. Oh, it was so, like, and then just being there and the like horror of it.
It's so times have definitely changed, and I think it's
Yeah.
great. Like
Yeah.
now, it's so not embarrassing for like Louise just like walked into my room. This was like a couple months ago. She just walked in and was like, "Hey, what's up with periods?" Like, when am I gonna get mine? And I was like, "Oh my god!" Like I was like, I couldn't even tell my mom. I was so embarrassed. But Louise was like, "What's up? Should I have like pads and stuff?" Like because like some of her friends, I mean, because girls are starting earlier these days.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I was almost in the 8th grade, and like, and
Same.
Louise, you know, she's in the 5th grade, but some of her friends are getting them, and they keep pads in their backpacks just in case for that day that it does happen.
Yeah.
And so I'm just like, oh, you little baby, like she's so little.
She's
Louise
so
is
little.
teeny tiny, and I'm like, how? But she's ready for it. She's like, bring it on.
You're like,
you
oh, buddy, I don't
wanna. You don't wanna. I know.
You're like, also, Louise, you're so tiny. You're probably not gonna get it for a while.
I know. You're gonna be like me. I know.
Little bud.
So, anyways, back to the Halloween list.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Oh, here's one for you, and this would you like poop? This one is titled "The Poop Princess." When my best friend was in kindergarten, she wore this all-white princess dress to Halloween for school. They were going to the parade around school. Well, she had diarrhea that day. And she thought it would be safe to let out a little fart in the middle of class, which in fact turned out to not be a fart. She stood up and hopped to the front of the line. Her teacher didn't notice the huge brown spot until they got back into the classroom after the parade. Oh, poor baby.
Oh, poor little
It's not
Buster.
fun when it's little kids.
I know. I was gonna say that's not the kind of poop humor that I'm like
You
into.
like. Yeah, okay. But
More adults. Although it does remind me of my niece, who is now a gorgeous adult person in college. She's a sophomore at Virginia Tech and amazing. But she was our flower girl at our wedding, and she was like 2.5, and she had the cutest like white little dress with like flowers on it and then bloomers. And right before she was supposed to go down the aisle, she like totally had a blowout and just like all over her bloomers. And like Melissa, my sister-in-law, was just like 9 months pregnant. Like she was like about to burst with another baby and just was like, I don't know. And I was like, just clean her off. It was great.
I'm so relieved that she's 2.5 in this story, because I thought you were about to blow up your niece with like some embarrassing high school shit story.
No, she was
like, don't do that, Sally.
I would never. No, she was just a little bump. She was, still in diapers, I think. Funny. So maybe even not even
that's
2.5.
acceptable.
Yeah.
This one says, last Halloween I went to school in leggings that highlighted my rather large butt and a belt that I fashioned out of different kinds of buns. I put my hair in buns and wore all types of bun-themed things. I topped this look off with a sign that read, "Looking for Anaconda," that I taped to my chest. Then I got to class and my elderly teacher looks at me and goes, "Oh, that's new. So many buns. What does it mean? What's an anaconda in this context?" I've never blushed so hard in my life. The rest of the class just sat there and giggled as I tried to explain that it's a euphemism for a really big penis with a preference for big butts. I mean, you're going to get some questions if you dress up like Baby Got Back. Yeah.
Like to class.
I know.
Like that's like a fun thing to do to like a party.
You embarrassed yourself on that one.
You embarrassed yourself.
Okay.
I bet you anything that teacher knew exactly what it was.
Yeah,
like who didn't know that song?
Huh. Explain this to me.
In this context, what's
an anaconda and a bun? This one says, as a child, I dressed as a witch, complete with fake plastic witch nose. The elastic that held the nose around my head broke, but my dad said to just stick it on and it would hold. It did for a while. Then I rang a doorbell, and when the lady answered, I sneezed and my fake witch nose came flying off and hit her, mortified. Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
It's not that embarrassing. Okay, this one says, I was a Playboy bunny during Halloween and went out to a local college bar. My outfit consisted of bunny ears, white suit jacket, and boxer shorts. I got drunk and my favorite song came on, so I decided to drop it like it's hot. Unknown to me, something else dropped. My balls. My My friends were in horror as I flashed them my testes. Now everyone on campus knows what they look like. Oh my God. If you're going to wear boxers as part of your costume, there has to be another pair of boxers on top. Oh my God.
I mean,
what were you thinking?
men who walk around in like loose boxers, I'm like, that is not, you can't.
I know there's like no material between you and I.
Yeah.
Like, one more layer, please, sir.
Yes, thank you.
This one says, we were in line for a haunted house to this family dressed as cops. The costumes were really well done and looked real. When I was talking to the dad of the family, I reached towards his belt, towards what I thought was a toy gun, saying, where did you get this? What I didn't know was that the dad was an actual cop with an actual gun, and he put me into a really very real and painful arm bar type hold. He just laughed and said, son, if I didn't know you legitimately thought this was a costume, you'd be in big trouble right now, and let me go. Needless to say, that's pretty much all my friends decided to tell the rest of our 8th grade class the next day at school. Aw, I was a little 8th grader.
I know. I was going to say, let's,
Yeah. This one
a little
says,
rough for the dad.
Yeah. When I was 5 years old, I was trick-or-treating with my friends, and I saw a clown sitting in a chair. I thought it was fake, so I kicked it, and the next thing I knew, I was halfway down the street running and screaming because it started chasing after me. Oh, that's terrifying.
That's like a great Halloween prank. I mean, I don't feel like, I don't know that people do that as much anymore, but I feel like the like haunted, like really scary stuff where somebody is like pretending to be a statue like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
That happened a lot in my neighborhood growing up.
We get a lot of that in our neighborhood too, where it's like it's so you watch the look on all the little all the kids' faces when they're like trying to walk up to the bowl, but they know that there's a thing sitting there, and they're like,
yeah.
See, that's all in good fun during Halloween. And that's the last one. That's my list of embarrassing stories as told by BuzzFeed.
I love it. I mean,
yeah.
Happy Halloween. Happy spooky Halloween season.
Yeah.
I don't think it's quite Halloween when this comes out.
It'll be a couple weeks before Halloween.
October 11th. So I hope you're gearing up, you guys.
Yeah. It's never too early to gear up for Halloween. So in the vein of Halloween, we are, this week we have another List of Fury.
List of Fury!
Lists of Fury! Yes!
This week we have decided to do worst Halloween treats.
Yes.
Like, what are the worst trick-or-treat treats that you've received?
We had a big debate about it in the car last night. Max was like, he had some real opinions.
Did he have some opinions? I should have talked to my kids. I didn't. I just like went with my
Jen,
memories as a child.
You should talk to your kids.
I do occasionally. We talk. This morning, I said good morning.
Oh,
no, I'm just kidding.
Look at you, Mom of the Year.
I'm joking. Okay. So who do you want to start?
Okay, so my number 5 is bags of pretzels. And I know that's kind of a cheat. It's not a candy, but it is.
No, it's a Halloween treat.
It's a Halloween treat. I find that I'm like, get out of here. Get out of here with your little bag of pretzels. Do you give a little bag of pretzels?
No, but I like pretzels.
Well, I like pretzels too, but I find it insulting in a Halloween bag.
Okay, yeah, I get it.
It's like, what are you like trying to be like, oh, we shouldn't be giving candy to kids?
Yeah.
Like, fuck off. It's Halloween.
My number 5 is number 5 worst is Chuckles.
Chuckles. I don't know if I know what Chuckles are. No.
I don't even know if they make them anymore. Chuckles are like the like kind of gummy, sugar-coated like jelly candies.
Oh, like
Mike. There was always like a black one that was licorice and that was gross. No, not like Mike and Ike's. They were like squares, like rectangles, and they were all in a sheet, every color.
Yes.
Color.
No, I know.
Those are gross.
So gross.
Those. Yeah. See, I'm going by my Halloween memories.
Yeah.
This is my
Okay. My number 4 is Dum Dums. I hate those.
Oh, yeah?
I hate those in a Halloween. I'm not against them in general. These are things that in a Halloween bag
I can
think
see
are
like
insulting to get.
because the wrappers come off and then it gets
The wrappers
your
come
candy's
off.
sticky. Okay.
And it's like, you're just going to give me one dinky dum-dum?
Yeah.
No, I don't like it.
Okay.
I don't want it. I don't like it.
Okay. All right, fair enough. My number 4, this is going to date me again. I don't even know if they make these anymore. But do you remember Sixlets?
No. Oh, wait, was it gum? Like
No,
6 little
Google
gums?
it. Sixlets were these little round hard candies that like they came in a little tube, like a little wrapper that had like one of each color. They were this small and they were just like hard little chocolate candies.
Yes.
Candy
Oh, I
coated,
do.
but
I don't
they were
think
disgusting.
Yes, I don't think I knew what those were called, but
Okay.
they were so gross. Like it was like too much coating, not really chocolate inside, but something really gross. Yes.
It just didn't make any sense. But they have, it looks like they have been discontinued because I
Well,
just
thank
Googled it.
goodness.
Yeah, for real.
Thank goodness. Okay, my number 3 is Good and Plenty. Do you know those Good and Plenties? They're like white and purple.
Yeah. That's a
They look like
great
little
one.
pills. Ugh.
Yeah, that's a good. And they were licorice on the
Yes.
inside. Yeah.
Why? What kid wants that? I think
Nobody.
Yeah.
That's a really good one. I should have put that on here. Number 3, candy corn. I don't like it. I don't
You know
like
what?
it.
I'm not. I think that is like a great one because it is not good, but it is one of those things that if it is around, I will eat it.
Really?
And then I'll feel sick because it's so gross and it's just sugar and it's disgusting.
The worst are the pumpkin candy corns. Like the pumpkin.
Yes.
Because that's just like too much. Yeah.
Yes.
It's just,
Yeah,
like,
those are
gross.
awful.
Yeah.
Those are awful.
Oh, I just thought of another disgusting one that I didn't put on my list. Can I say it?
Yeah.
Is that cheating?
You know me. I'm all for time.
Circus peanuts, the marshmallows.
Yes.
Those are disgusting.
That was actually, it was funny because that was the first thing Max said was like, circus peanuts is the worst candy. And I was like, have you had circus peanuts? And he was like, I think he and Ben got them one time because Max saw it on a video. And he was like, it's so gross. And this is a kid who will eat any sugar, right? Like, and he just was like, no, that's disgusting. And I was like, what are you, 50? What is it? Not 50. That's now not
do
that
they
old.
make them anymore?
What are you, 80?
I'm like, yeah, circus peanuts candy.
Yeah. But then he was like, I don't think I've ever gotten that.
Ugh, it's so gross. I can't even look at it. It's like orange marshmallow.
Yes.
Ugh, gross. Okay.
Yes, so gross.
Okay. Your turn.
Okay. My number 2, and solely like because I think that I hate coconut, is Mounds or Almond Joy. And that's something
totally
that
disagree.
people, you still get
Hard
in.
disagree.
Hard disagree.
I love coconut. Love
So
almond
do you
joy.
like
love
Almond Joy?
Mounds. I'll take
You're
all
the
your
person.
Mounds and all your almond joys. I'll take all.
Please.
Yeah.
Have them.
I actually usually do take them all from my kids because they don't like it either. Yeah.
Like what kids do. No kids do.
No. Except for me.
Except for you.
Okay, my number 2 is, again, this is a treat, like meaning something that people give you. Or remember when people used to give you pennies and they would throw like loose change in there?
I almost put that in because I was like, it was on my list, but then I was like, am I just remembering that weird? I remember that people
people did it.
And it was like they would give pennies, but also it was like sometimes people would give you, am I wrong that like it would be like a UNICEF thing? Like you would have like a little thing that for UNICEF and then they would put like pennies in UNICEF or like you gave pennies?
I kind of remember that. Yeah. I think. I was just focused on the pennies and I was like, what is this bullshit?
Yes.
Get them off my candy because then it's all over my candy.
Yes.
And then your dum-dums come unwrapped and then those are sticking to the pennies. It's unsanitary. Get it out of here.
Kids get tetanus.
Nobody wants it. Exactly. Okay. What's your number 1 worst?
Okay.
candy?
My number 1, and this is like number 1 for me personally, is Raisinets. I hate raisins. I think
I'll
raisins
take
don't.
all your Raisinets.
Raisins
I
do
love
not.
them.
I will go fight to the death on this one. Raisins, I'm sure they're great for you, but they don't belong in anything sweet. They don't belong in like my cookies. They don't belong in a carrot cake, and they definitely do not belong in chocolate. Get out of here. Go
I
fuck yourself with your
disagree
Raisinets.
with you entirely, and I think that Raisinets are one of the best movie theater snacks you can buy.
Jen,
Sorry.
how
I love
can you
them.
be somebody that I love so much, and yet we are so diametrically opposed on so many things?
I don't know. I don't see anything wrong with a raisin or covering it in chocolate. I think it's genius and it's delicious, and I stand by it. And I love raisin. I love oatmeal raisin cookies. I love raisins. Actually, I think we had rice together at Del Bar, and you were like, I can't do with the raisins in the rice," and I was like,
It's my favorite.
but I want the raisins in the rice. Fine. And then we got the plain rice because you're boring.
I know.
But it was still really good.
You're like, that's fine.
No, I'll put a raisin in anything. Do it up.
Yeah.
Okay, so my number one worst candy ever, Halloween candy.
Yeah.
I don't know that I've even seen these candies outside of Halloween. Necco wafers.
Necco wafers.
Do you remember those?
Yes. Oh yeah.
Do they? I'm gonna Google, like, do they still make them?
They
make
I mean,
them?
they seemed old fashioned when we were kids.
Amazon has them.
They're so gross. They're like chalk in your mouth. They're chalk.
Yeah, they're just eating. I'm looking at it right now, and I just it's making my mouth dry up.
Yeah, they seem like somebody's first attempt ever at making candy, and then they just kept it. Like people just, it's like it seems like something from the 1800s.
It's funny. I just one of the first questions that popped up under when I Googled Necco wafers, it was why do people eat Necco wafers? And it says, if taste is linked to memory, then one of the easiest ways to jump back to childhood is to eat Necco wafers. The puff of powdered sugar and mingling flavor scents, both sweet and spicy, hitting your nose. You're not selling me on these.
No.
They're
like
disgusting.
whose childhood?
They're like Tums. Yeah.
They are like Tums. That is exactly right.
Ugh, gross. Did you know that their flavors are because now that I'm I've got it all pulled up. The flavors in there are orange, licorice, clove, wintergreen, chocolate, cinnamon, lemon, and lime.
Yeah, that makes sense.
The idea of all of those together in a package is just revolting.
And that you're giving children candy,
like candy.
That's such a strong
weird.
Taste.
Oh, no, thank you. No,
people in olden times were weird.
So I know we just destroyed some candy, but next week we're gonna do best Halloween.
Yes,
candy, right?
Yeah.
Did we say that? Okay, yeah. Because now I really want to dive into now, what's good though.
Oh man, what if our list are just inverted?
I know. Yeah, it could be. Yeah. So next week we'll come back with what our favorite Halloween candies are.
Oh, my number one favorite Halloween candy is pennies.
Pennies.
I love money.
Pennies could be a flavor in the Necco wafers.
I mean, it might as well be.
Flavored Necco wafer in there, I wouldn't even notice.
I'd be like, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah,
that makes sense. Awesome. Well, we want to hear what are your worst, what is the worst Halloween candy for you? Oh, what Max said was Smarties. He said that's because I was like, what is the thing that you've gotten in your Halloween candy that you hate the most? And he said Smarties. And I was like, I love Smarties. I love Smarties so much. I was like,
do you?
Yeah.
We did a listicle recently where someone had one year supply of Smarties, remember? And sat there and ate them at his desk all year long.
Which is disgusting, but
that's gross. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that Smarties might be Smarties might be my Necco wafers, right? That's what connects me to childhood, because I think I used that was what I would get that
that's
as a
your
treat.
Nostalgic. Okay. Got it.
Yeah. So maybe that's it. Because they're not great.
You know what the best nostalgic smell in the world is, I think, is besides school supplies, is I love smelling a school supply.
Oh, I do too.
Is when your kid has their orange pumpkin bucket, plastic bucket.
Yeah.
full of Halloween candy, and if you just stick your face in there and get a whiff of the like collective Halloween candy
Yes.
in a plastic bucket, it's just like the most. It'll take you right back to childhood. I love it.
I love that too. And I
They
love
should make
like
a candle that smells like that.
plastic bucket. Just
Plastic bucket candy in a plastic bucket.
I mean, let's do it. Let's sell
Yeah.
millions. Let's
Yeah.
get rich, Jen.
Okay. Listen, I'm always trying to get rich.
I mean, anytime we want to get, anytime I'm ready. I'm so ready. All right, you guys, we want to hear from you. We're on Instagram at The Ridiculous Pod. We're on TikTok at The Ridiculous Podcast. You can email us at theridiculouspodcast@gmail.com. We would love it if you would take time to go to Apple Podcast and give us a little rating and a review, or go to Spotify and give us a rating, or I don't know if you can rate and review on other platforms, but just go to those, do that. Whichever ones you can. Tell a friend. We would love that.
Yes, thank you for doing all of those things. Should you choose to do them,
Should you choose
or
to?
had you already done them? Thank you. We love you so much, and we'll see you next week on The Ridiculous.
Ridiculous, ridiculous, ridic. You.